Ooh, we're about to learn. This one guy named what's his name? Freaking Wes Hoff. There's a lot of like historian people that fake. They're throwing out such fake knowledge, and they're not implicating the actual truth with stuff. And there's a lot of people that are sitting there trying to make these assumptions about Jesus and that, and and the thing is, they don't even read the context of what they're doing. They're literally just making up shit as they go. And I always find that kind of funny because people literally misdeceive people so much. Like the guy I was listening to on YouTube and that Morgan, or whatever the fuck his name was. You know, bless his soul, and that hopefully he finds himself back with God and all that. But he's an ex-Christian. He's like, I'm trying to disprove God. And also that he looks at all these texts that are not even like. There's so many texts about Christ, and that not all of them retain the same. Only the very faithful disciples actually go through and actually tell the exact text about Jesus. And other ones don't even like the ones that didn't have 100% faith that Jesus was the Messiah, which is a couple of them in general, because they actually talk about some of their scriptures are just like, okay, you know, these guys literally did not, they still didn't believe that Jesus was the Savior, that he was the Messiah. And it makes it really funny though, because you're just sitting there like thinking to yourself, like, these are people that literally follow Jesus around for years, and they still didn't believe, because even in the gospel that he talks to a couple of them, it's like, you still don't believe that I am the Messiah. You still don't believe I'm the Son of God, even with all the miracles and all the stuff that I gave you. Like, you still insist on not seeing me, or not seeing the truth. And it becomes really, like, hectic. That the idea behind it is that they don't see it. It's just like, you look at people like, why don't you see that truth? You're literally walking around with a guy that literally is showing you how it is. And like, to me, it's kind of funny though, because like, the way I look at it, if I see something, there's a chance I'm gonna have proof of it. But like inside their minds, that they still doubt the Messiah. And this is why we get all these confusions. Not all Jesus' disciples believed that he was the Son of God, which has been proven in the texts. Because if you look at it, even when you watch The Chosen, they have literally from the texts that they actually show that people still don't believe that he is the Messiah, that he is, you know, they say, well, he's Christ, but he's not the Messiah, type of stuff like that. It's like, it's like the Messiah and Christ are one of the same. And that's why you get all these texts of people that sitting there like,
careful, guys.
Saying stuff that doesn't quite make fucking sense.
Nice and crispy. Pyrotechnics. Jävla fan! Skitjävel! Hey! Just gotta make sure.
And that's not only what it is. And people get really confused by it too, because they don't understand, and so they have to look at other things. Like, oh well, this thing says this thing says this, and like you got a lot of things that say a lot of things, right? And it becomes really funny though, because you're just sitting there, you're thinking about it. You're like, why are so many people so interested in Jesus nowadays? Because it says in the Bible that this is a church era. We're renewing our faith with the God that gave us life, with the God that gave us purpose, with the God that gave us love. And evil is fighting against that love. Like the Gnostics and shit. People that are sitting there saying stuff that makes no sense. They're trying to, and they're all over on YouTube, the Jesus deniers and that. And the thing is, Jesus warned us about this. And people try to say, well, and people say a lot of stuff in that makes like no fucking sense. They'll say, well, you know, that God is a temper tantrum child, you know. And it's like it doesn't, like, if you believe in such things and that, it becomes really funny though, because it's like,
You twitch, ass face. Pyrotechnics.
do you believe in such things and that God's like this, that he's supposed to be all wrathful, then why aren't you dead?
I'm making the best man. You are so dead.
That's how you have to think.
This wave is gonna flatten you.
It's like, why aren't you dead then?
Your survival is an accomplishment. It's pathetic, like you.
It's like, you gotta look at it from that perspective, and that's what a lot of people seem to like not get. Like it's like,
These guys do a nice cake.
it's like, you're not dead, right? You know, you mock God all the time and that sort of stuff, and that, you know, he might do stuff, and you know, it's like, well, why would God have to do that? Because the whole point of it is you're showing evil intentions on someone that's trying to love you, and he's all justice. That's why you don't do nothing when someone does something evil. I mean, like, defending yourself, yeah, if you have to. Like, I have to. Not if you just say someone, like, gets in your face and that you walk away from it. Not that you just sit there and you yell back at them. You show all this sin and anger and that. Because you're defeating the purpose of being love. People don't want to use love in dramatic situations that hatred's involved. No one wants to be positive with a negative construct. You got positive construct, a negative construct. People that use negative, they only react to negative. If you say someone's like, I fucking hate you, now you say, I love you, bro, they instantly have to think about it. Because you're using something that means something to every human being in the world. That love means everything to everybody. It means complete happiness. They always had a thing in their life that they're just utterly fucking happy and loving and caring and all that stuff and that.
You twitch, ass face. Just a second, asshole.
And that's what it is.
Just gotta make sure.
And that's the biggest thing with a lot of people, that they don't understand them concepts because
And stay there. Did you even feel that, Mr. My skin's burning. You're not dead now. For all you know, they said on the Bible. There must be something wrong with your calibration.
and that's one of the biggest problems that I would say a lot of people have in general, is that they want to look at life from such a negative perspective, that there is no love, there is no God, there's only us, we're the special beings of that. Oh, what? So how are you happy? I'm happy because I think I'm an immortal being and all this shit and that, but you're dying anyway. Like, the facts are right in front of you that you, well, it's just our flesh. Once we rip our flesh off, that's how you get into satanic shit. Like, Lucifer literally tells us, he doesn't want you to know that God is God. He doesn't want you to know that God exists. That's how he gets inside your mind. He wants to think that you're more powerful than him. That you have more birthright than him, just like he stated. So follow what literally the Prince of Darkness is saying. Is hilarious to me that people follow these type of things. You're a hater of humanity because you believe, and this is where faith is very, very powerful in, and people don't understand how powerful faith is. If you have faith in something, you literally will throw your whole entire life at it. When you throw your whole entire life at it, you'd be very surprised how, like, powerful that belief actually is. And how powerful it is to believe in something, how much it changes your life to believe.
Just gotta make sure. I need this on the Snapchats. And stay there. Pyrotechnics. Just gotta make sure.
And, like, people essentially just don't want to understand that. And you want to say, why don't people understand those sort of things? I say people don't understand those things in that because their faith and belief is in something else that is tormenting them. Like, I see people all the time that they're like, oh, well, I have this, I have this, I have that, I have this. I say, what do you mean? It's like, I have all these disorders and that. I say, okay, why don't you take care of the disorders? They say, well, how can you? The scientists and doctors can't figure it out. I said, well, it's like when you come down to figuring stuff out. Like life and that, you get to the point where you're looking at it from a different perspective. It's all about your beliefs. You have to believe in it. If you believe you're in pain all the damn time, there's no way out of it, your body's going to react to that belief. If you say, oh, that's not how it works, literally is exactly how our brains actually work. The more you sit there and want to establish something, and people want to believe in that something, and they sit there their whole entire life reacting to that something over, whatever might be in that. And then you're just sitting there like, okay, well, what is life? You're like, well, what is life?
Pyrotechnics. You twitch, ass face.
These are always good questions to ask. What is life? What is God? What is this? What is that? Your curiosity is always going to get the best of you because you're supposed to be a curious creature. That's why you do it in the first place. It's like you deny what you do. And that's what makes it kind of interesting. People literally deny their own curiosity and they fill it with doubt and complete craziness. And then people wonder why life is so fucking bad now. Like, if I talk to someone, I said, stop trying so hard, you're trying too hard, you're hurting yourself. That's just how it is. I said, no, they're the choices that you make in life. See, everything's all about choices. So if someone says, I work, 80 hours a week, why do you work 80 hours a week?
Did you twitch, ass face?
Oh, because I like money. Okay, well, if you have money now, what do you do with your money? I just have it. I use it every now and again. Like, okay. But if you worked a normal life, depending on your money budget and that, you don't want money because, just to have it. You want to use it as a faith wheeler You use it as a faith wheel to gain status. So someone else can look at you and be like, how much is your bank account you can brag about? It's like lifting weights. I use my weightlifting as a status quo of how I am as a person. That's all that I actually have. I mean, I can say I have money, but I'm not into money. You see where my faith lies into? My faith relies into, one of my little faith hobbies, and that is, that I rely on being strong. No. So I can use it as a status holder and be like, oh hey, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, I lift a lot of weights and I can bench press, over 300 pounds in that. That's a status holder. That's telling me what kind of human being that I am, to a certain extent. One of my hobbies, at least. That I like to lift weights. So I can hold actual evidence that, like, okay, yeah, I know I can do this. People have seen me do certain types of weights and that. And I can tell by how big I am. Okay? That's what it is with everything else. So when we look at things from all these perspectives and that, it's like, what you have faith in, say, like, people have faith in drugs. I see that a lot. Faith in smoking weed, popping pills and that. They have faith in not feeling it. They don't want to feel pain. I say, if you can't feel pain, then how do you fix a problem? If something's not broken, then how do you fix a problem when you hide the brokenness? Which means you're deluding yourself to believe in something that literally doesn't give a fuck about you. Popping those pills, that Advil, that my muscles are dead. Maybe because you're not eating enough protein. Maybe you're not drinking enough fluids, but you're not having enough, electrolytes in you. That's a regulation of why that happens. Like, like my hips hurting that. Lives due maybe because I have a muscle deficiency in my butt and my hips. So more less likely I might have to like stretch out my quads, or I might have to like, stretch out my hamstrings. I just popped my hip just now and that. I'm doing a little hip side to side. These are the things that like literally that everybody doesn't think of. They're like, pain means bad. Pain is a nervous system way of telling you that something's wrong with you. So we're going to act on that. Something's not right because nervous systems are wiring. The nervous system knows when something's not right with your body now. So it reacts to you by giving you pain. So when you react to that pain, you're saying, okay, I got to stretch out my hip. Stretch out my hip right now. I feel pain in my hip. So it's saying that my muscles are probably a little tight. My bed is probably not the best bed. I need to get a new bed. And sometimes just moving around that implicates good things. Getting the blood flowing in that, moving around, I get a pump in my legs in that. So I start working out my legs more. So I hit, hamstrings and quads. Probably one of the biggest muscles you can ever fucking have in your body, and your glutes, obviously. So I try to hit the hamstrings, get some glute work in, try to get a good burn in. So I'm understanding how the body works. And it's proven because I'm losing weight, I'm getting more thicker than that. And I'm saying, okay, well, I'm getting thicker than that. I'm trying to drop weight. My muscles feel like they're getting bigger than that. So what am I doing? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm trying to look at from, okay, maintain 200 grams of protein a day. I weigh about 213. Well, I'm like 212.6 because I'm actually dropping weight. So now I'm understanding this. So I say, okay, if I can eat 200 plus, my minimum has to be 200 grams of protein a day. But if I eat plus, it's just, saying that I want to eat more protein that just because, if my day's longer than that and I'm up longer, I want to have sense of recovery. Amino acid sense of recovery is there. I want to be able to recover. Of course, I eat carbs and stuff like that, but I want to be able to recover, so I have to eat protein. Protein's a very good recovering thing. It always recovers you. And I learned that, from going through it. My ex kind of mentioned a lot of things about that because, she was really in the fitness nut. She's still really hot, she's still a very attractive woman. But I look at it from her perspective, and that, she doesn't really do it anymore because she kind of like plateaued herself. The reason why, because she stopped having faith in it. And that's one thing I try to bring back faith with that, But when someone has a mentality of like, I used to be strong, and this is what she said to me, man, it's like, I used to be strong when I was younger, and now I'm not as strong. And I said, it's because you don't do nothing to retain that strength. That's the reason why you are the way that you are. The thing is, women being strong is a lot different than men being strong. Because men have the capabilities of being really fucking physically powerful. And with that amount of physical power, because the power structure matters, what you have more than another person matters a lot. That's why it's a very good responsibility of understanding. You hold the key to wisdom, and wisdom has to be passed down with great trust that you're telling absolutely the truth of how it works. That's why I like people like Ronnie Coleman or all these bodybuilders that they always talk about, yeah, I'm on fucking steroids, bro. You will not get this big unless you're on steroids. And you see people that say, I'm not on steroids. Larry Wheels came out officially. He's like, I pump a fuckload of gear to get this big. And then he had a video of this 18-year-old black kid, bigger than him. Like he's got like 22-inch arms. And he's probably maybe like, I don't know, like 6'1" or something like that. 18 years old. And he says, I've been working out for 3 years now. And Larry Wheels like looking at him like, I've been working out for 15 years. And he's looking at us like, you got bigger arms than me. And this kid's just sitting there lifting really heavy ass weights. I think he has synthol in his fucking biceps. His biceps look fucking weird. Like they don't look real because they're too damn big. It's just like, dude, it's like these are the type of things that people want to lie about. Fake natties, people that like shrink. Like say like if I took steroids, for instance, if I pump myself full fucking gear right now, because I probably have the mentality of dealing with it, I can gain 20 pounds of fucking muscle and look jacked as fuck and probably drop a whole bunch of weight too. I probably drop down to like 10% body fat, maybe lower than that, just to say, because I'll be recovering so much and I gain so much muscle. But then again, you know how bad that is for your body when you can't naturally slowly gain that muscle throughout the years of building. Let's see how muscle builds. Let's look at this. I've been researching this for a little bit now because I'm really into it. So number one thing, have faith in yourself when it comes down to anything you do in your life. Believing in yourself implicates that you can do it. Now, I would say if it's something that's like really fucking weird and out of orthodox, then more or less likely you probably can. But if it's something that's like in real life, like people say, well, I can fly, and that, well, I can understand that, and you can. The flight thing I thought about too is like, okay, well, if the ground's negative, I'm positive. If I can turn my body into a negative source, I can be able to float. But I have to be slightly negative. Because if I went full negative, I just fly off and hit the fucking ceiling. That would be how you could be able to fly. To be able to control your outbursts of positive energy. Because we always fall down. Flat earthers, obviously, I'm part of that because that is the gospel. You fall down because it's flat and the surface, the only thing you can go is down. But when you look at how the world works, this is negative, the ground's negative, and you're positive. So if you step on dirt, you feel a tug. You always feel a tug of energy. Anyone ever lay down in the grass? And you have to do barefoot. Like if you're butt ass naked and you lay down in the grass, it will literally draw you into the ground. Like, not actually, but like your energy would be drawn away. Like it's recycling you, like it's purifying you. I did the other day, I stepped outside in the grass. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning after work. I did it. I sat out there and I meditated. It felt so relieving to stop on creation. Yes, we live in stone buildings and, concrete grounds and that. All that shit's made up. If you lived on actual dirt floors, like clay floors or things are actually like more or less natural. I'm not saying that none of that stuff's natural, but they put stuff in that. It's like man-made stuff. Comes from natural materials, but they put a spin on it. But you actually like, if anyone ever went out camping and that, and you like step around the grass and that, and you feel different. You always feel different. Like walking barefoot, we don't need rubber shoes. That's why they have leather shoes back then. Leather itself doesn't repel anything. Rubber does. Rubber repels the negativity that's hitting your foot. It doesn't tug as much. You ever see why people have achy feet and that? Like when you're a child and you can run, and I always run barefoot when I was a child and that. I'll run down to my friend's house and that, burn the fuck out of my feet and that. I used to get sunburned on my feet sometimes and that because I run, and he had like a little steel pool we would always play and fuck around and all that stuff and that. And then we go inside and play video games and that. And we deal with his retarded mom that had a fat rack and that, and then she got old and wrinkly and looks like shit now, but she's old. But she was pretty hot when she was younger and that. She had fat ass titties and shit. Whatever. Felt good. I always walk around the grass barefoot. I walk everywhere barefoot. And now they look at it. And it's like, what's the difference between them now? Is that, well, first off, my excitement went down. I have faith in other things that my excitement wasn't just video games and running around with my head cut off. So now my faith has changed. That's what happens. Instead of being excited about everything that happens to me, I'm excited about specific things that I actually want to dive into. So I start researching. I start researching a lot of emotional psychology in that. I always want to know why people do specific things. It all comes down to faith. What you have faith in. So people might say, well, how does that contribute to anything? It's like ask simple questions, you get, simple answer type shit. Well, if you have faith in being strong, and you watch a lot Dragon Ball Z and that, you're like, I'm gonna be powerful, I'm gonna be like Goku, I'm gonna be able to protect people. You get that heroic faith. You want to feel heroic. So you want to go to and see if you can do heroic stuff. But the thing is your mentality capable of doing heroic stuff? Are you able to act on stuff immediately as soon as they happen? How many times anyone want to wait for something to happen? That I want to say the princess and all that stuff and that, and like you start doing heroic masculine things in your mind, but reality is you can't do it because you're not strong enough. So then you're like, okay, well, time to be Hercules. Time to go to the gym, bench, do a shit ton of weight, eat a fuckload of protein, get bigger and stronger. But still, you have the mentality that you gain more discipline in that. You have more faith in your strength now, which is basically confidence. And now you're saying like, well, okay, I can pick up a small building now, and I'm gonna be hero now. And you run up, you try to look for heroic stuff, and then nothing fucking happens. You always say that, like, people always say, oh, the world's so bad that people get shot and that, and then a person like me is like, I never see anything happen like that. Like, what's all over the news and that? I say, yeah, certain parts of the stuff is all over the news and that, but I have faith in that. Like, if I literally walked into a convenience store and I was getting robbed of that, I tell the robber that I was like, what's going on, bro? It's a robbery. I'm like, why are you robbing people? I'm like, I've seen you around a lot, like just like walking around that. It's like, what got you into robbing? Like, why is that a profession? And they say, well, I don't have money. I said, well, it's like, let me put you this way, put down the gun now. Let's go through this, because being all that stuff, everybody knows when you're a criminal, you're gonna get caught. Okay, everybody gets caught that's a criminal. Everybody gets caught. You act like the investigators are fucking stupid. Actually, they're rather fucking good, and they do their jobs quite well. You're gonna get caught. No. And so when they go through these constructs of like thinking that, and say you used to have a job, you used to make money now, so why'd you quit? People say stuff and they get on my nerves. I say, why don't you ignore them and just work for the money of it, work for the survival of it. And the biggest thing it comes down to, because I have the same problem, that's ironic. I think I have the same problem with people in that I always want to think that I'm right when I know it doesn't matter because they don't matter. I don't need to tell someone that they're wrong anymore because I don't care. I don't give a fuck about what other people say because that's their own free will. You have free will to speak however you want to. That's the psychological research that I came up with. We have no reason to sit there unless it's something really fucking stupid and you care about a person, which people should love each other. We should love everybody. Someone does something wrong, love is a potential thing of discipline. And I talked to, various of people in that throughout my life and that, and when I came up with all these, ways of living life and that, I say you can live life freely, but live it with the love aspect of it. So if someone's doing something that, you don't always have to help everybody else out, but you can at least try. And these are the things that I come up with as a person. And I see other people do the same thing too. And they all come down to when they get older and that, what they do. They want to try to help other people because their wisdom is allowing them to understand more. And they're like, okay, well, let's teach people how to be more disciplined. Communication's number one. You have to learn how to communicate with people. It's not about how smart you talk, because I can't talk worth shit half the time. I go through and I kind of contradict the fuck out of myself with certain things. A lot of times because I have new thoughts in my head, so I look at things from a different perspective from when I already talked about it. But that's just how I am in general. That's not how everybody else is. That is the biggest thing. Everyone wants to think that they should all be neutral or the same. I said no one's neutral or the same. There's always an idea in someone else's head that you don't know of. There's always someone else stronger, someone else faster, someone else more prettier, someone else with a bigger dong, bigger boobies, whatever the fuck it is. There's always someone else that has more than you as soon as you get it. As soon as I start lifting weights and I say, man, I got the 305. And I start seeing all these motherfucking guys lifting 315. They're doing like 6s and 5s and that. I mean, obviously not saying I can't do that, but I don't like blowing my energy like that. They do like fucking like 4 sets. I do like 15 sets. I'm looking at like, okay, well, I do say double your sets. So that just kind of like looks at like who's stronger. Well, obviously I am because I can do more sets than you. I can be able to concentrate more on my pushes and that. So then that's how I look at it. But this is how life truly is when we look at it from all these different perspectives. It's all about faith and what you want to do. If you believe that your life sucks and that you're like, my life sucks, it's terrible, blah, blah, blah. And I say, why do you want to think that about yourself? And here's why people think that about themselves. You gotta ask that question first. Why do you think that? Here's why. Status quo. You want to be something that you will probably never finish in your whole entire life. The ideas in people's heads never correlate to the life they actually live. So like princess treatment. So we'll go down this because I love the feminist action thing. It makes no sense to me. Princess treatment. They never want to analyze what a princess actually is. They want to say princess treat means spoil me. I said, actually, no, that's not what a princess actually is. A princess is a royal consultant for the world. So which means they have to act the part. They have to actually learn how to be that part. And they actually have to dress a certain way. They can't look like a fucking slut or whore in that because that's not what princesses do. And these women are literally fucking retarded in my sense, sorry to say, because they don't understand what it actually is to be a royalty person now. It's not you just walk in there, have your boobies all hanging out and say, I'm princess, go fuck yourself, and then get railed by a bunch of dudes and that. You think the royalists, you think your king or your queen, your mother or your father are going to sit there and let you do? Fuck no. What they do is they'll put you in a fucking school. And yes, they got royalist schools that actually teach how to be royal. They put you in a royal school, they probably do detoxes and everything, and then try to set you fucking straight. And you want to think that's what Prince was like? No. That's an imagination princess that believes that they do nothing wrong. But a real princess knows they can't do all these things because their image means everything. That's the problem with most feminist women that go on TikTok and they burst all this fucking shit out. They don't care about their image until they get attacked. They're like, well, they make up excuses like, well, body count doesn't matter. And I'm like, bitch, you've been with 30 fucking billion people. Your pussy's more open up than the Grand Canyon is. And you want to say that body count doesn't matter, but you want to bitch about men that are hot as fuck and have money in that bust all these goody goods in you, and you want to say, I want that to be my man. That man don't give a fuck about you because you have nothing to give him other than twat. There you go. There's a whole feminist in a nutshell. You give out pussy to high class men that don't want to be with you because you're only good for your cush. That's it. Okay, well, how do you solve the problem of being more of a feminine woman that these men want? Well, you got to go back to school and unwind your faith in feminism and become more feminine. Being nice, being polite, being understanding, being cute. You can win with looks no matter what, because women normally win with looks no matter what anyway. If a woman smiles at and sticks out her butt, that all guys are going to be like, wow, that's hot. Same thing with guys. If guys are really masculine, they're pick up big fucking weights and that, you think girls don't look at that shit? You think women don't be like, oh, whatever, he's just a masculine man. I hate men. No, they're looking like, that's hot. They'll go against their feminism sisters when they see a really hot guy pick up something heavy, and they're all like, wow, I want him to blast my ass in. They literally think this shit, but they don't say it up front because they can't, because they have no confidence, because they say they hate all men. Yeah, that's the first thing that a woman has to say to a really hot guy, and that I'm a feminist woman. I just give you the heads up on that. Like instantly, as soon as they hear that F word, they're all like, "Okay, you're just a piece of ass. I'm just gonna blast really hard, and then I'm gonna bust my goodies over your face, and I'm gonna get the fuck out because you're crazy." Any woman that says you're feminism, I'm feminism, they literally crash out and say, "Okay, you're crazy, but ass does look good." And they think I conquered a man because he busted. No, he literally blasted your ass in and said, peace, bitch. And you complain about it for weeks and months. And then he knows to call you back up when he wants another piece of ass. And you immediately are like, he loves me. And you get the status thing. You're like, oh, this guy's my man. And the other girl's like, that guy's my man. And also you got a whole bunch of feminist women that say, well, we all fuck the same guys, but we like it. Oh my God, they have to. In other words, they have faith in that sort of thing. They want to preach hatred towards men with all their feminist women because it makes them happy together. They correlate together. Just like people talk about video games. You have faith in that. It's all about faith. You have faith in something, so you want to correlate with other people that have faith in that too. Just like with God, that I correlate people that have more, that have faith in Jesus. Why? Because Jesus is the only one that was actually perfect. Jesus is the only one that words actually resonate with people in that, and God is perfection, no matter what people want to say that he's not. So if you deal with something that's actually true, and there's more proof of Jesus being the Messiah and being the Son of God than anything else in the world, because everybody talks about Christ. It's kind of funny. They say Christ, but they don't say Jesus. Oh, I guess Christ is the Messiah then, the Savior. So everyone keeps on attacking. They keep on attacking Jesus. They always attack Jesus. Jesus is not the Jesus. It's like, yeah, everybody's attacking Jesus. Then he must be real then. If he's real, then okay, well then evidently he must be so real that everybody's attacking him. Why do people attack things? Because they don't want people to know that he's real. They want to say, oh no, that sounds like Lucifer. That's what Lucifer does. Lucifer doesn't want to know. He doesn't want people to realize that he's real. Because if they know that he's real, then they know that God is real. If God is real, God's the Father. They know that Jesus is real. If Jesus is the Son, then they have to know that he's the Messiah, that he's the Savior, and that it disproves Lucifer having any power. That's how it goes. So when you get all these people that like that Morgan fucking douchebag dude, he's literally like thinking that he's like God. It's so funny. These people are so silly. You have faith in stupidity. And what happens is you get proved wrong every single damn time, but you still have a YouTube channel. You still make all your money in that. Like, well, I'm happy because I'm confusing millions of people. This is the revolution. The Gnostic test that's about a crazy mystics and shit. They're all satanic as fuck. You literally got a satanic fucking shirt on, you stupid fuck. Like, literally, you're walking around with Lucifer's shirt on. And this dude used to be a Christian. And then this is what it is. He stopped having faith in God. He put his faith in something else. So he just wants to be able to disprove it. But you can disprove what you want because you can't disprove what is true. That's what it is. So feminist women, a lot of men talk about that and said why they're like that. It's because they don't act on love. They refuse to act on love. That's the whole problem with all this feminist bullshit. They don't want to love anymore. Hence why they complain hatred on men. Because they refuse to have love in their life. And then some of them that get out of the feminist bullshit, they really call out their little girlfriends and shit. And they're coming out all over the place like feminism's a fucking lie. It's complete bullshit. It's like, it's all bullshit. Number one, there's no such thing as a patriarchy. And people say, well, yeah, there is. I say, no, there's not. That's a made up. The word patriarchy means man controls everything. Does the President of the United States control us? And you'd say, yeah, but no, he doesn't. I don't have Trump in my, and have a microphone, and Trump's like, hey, you gotta go to work today, son. If you don't go to work, you go to prison. That's a king. That's a fucking patriarchy. You get a alert on your phone that wake up, you fat bitch, because you're fat and you gotta exercise today. No, you don't get that. I mean, you could have a one like that. That'd be funny. You don't get that. You don't get none of these things. So why do you make up a word, or you use a word and you make it up into your reality now? Because you have faith that it's real. And you look for everything that you try to find as a feminist woman, that even as a whatever the fuck man, they look for all this shit. Your mind's slowly focused on hating the opposite gender, even though you don't, because you still get dick from it, and these guys still get pussy from it. Most of them don't, but most guys that get a lot of pussy that really don't care about the whole feminist bullshit thing. They're just like, I thought she was hot and she ended up being crazy, so I got crazy pussy. You know what they do is they high five their other men on that, like, yeah, crazy pussy's the best pussy in that. Because they're obsessed with dopamine. Most crazy women that have an obsession with drugs, more or less likely than that, they're probably on drugs. Because they have an obsessed with being high on dopamine. They like dopamine rushes. So they like to feel good. Instead of being good, they like to feel good. I feel good. Shove it in me because this is all I'm worth. And I've been told that from women that tell me they're fucking whores. Young women, barely 19, 20 now. I used to work with them. I asked them a question about that. Like, why do you think that? They said, well, I think I'm only worth something if I spread my legs and get fucked. That's how we think. I said, so you think you're only worth something when you spread your legs and get fucked by that dude? Because that's what you think all dudes are about is sex. That's why you think that. And it's complete lies. Feminist women literally think that's what it is. I can't get guys' attention unless I fucking sit there and do whatever it takes to get their attention. And they think instantly sex. I say, you ever think that women actually have more orgasms than men? Women lie about that shit a lot too. Like, well, women don't have a lot of orgasms. Bullshit. My ex went to orgasm like 5 times a fucking day. Give me a fucking break. I know actual proof of this shit. And I've done plenty of masturbation fucking things with women and that. And literally they orgasm 3 to 4, 5 fucking times before they like literally pass out. So you're fucking lying. That's the biggest lie about women and that. Women's bodies are so sensitive. If a man's hot enough and more attractive, I've done it myself. I experienced it myself, so I fucking know exactly what it is. Boyfriend or married or whatever it is, if they don't like their marriage tonight because their marriage ain't giving them what they want, women like to get fucked a lot nowadays. They like getting fucked like every other day or even every day, multiple times a day. They're constantly in a rage of give it to me. Why? Well, more or less because, they're crazy. They love dopamine because they don't use it for anything else. Like people sit there like, okay, I could say I masturbate. I do. I can't say I don't. But I don't do it in the sense because I want to say like I haven't done nothing yet. Why? Because I'm doing something I like. I'm talking about things that matter to me, and occasionally I'm playing games and that, and more or less like I'm moving around that because it's fucking late. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening time, and I didn't go to bed till like 5:30, and then I slept for like 10 hours which I need to sleep, which felt good. I feel a lot better now. And that's what it is. And so when we look at all these concepts in that, guess what happens? You come down to mass conclusions with a bunch of things in that. Famous women want sex, so they think sex is the only thing that actually makes men love them. And that's sad to think that, but that's what they truly believe. Hence the word belief. Faith and belief are one and the same. They have faith, that's what it is. So they put their ideas to it. Like I have faith and love. So like with my ex and that, I bring it up a lot, but to explain the opposite, she believes the whole sexual thing. Like she want to bang me immediately. As soon as her boyfriend left her and that, it came down to I don't want to be alone now. So the biggest thing I could do is get naked in front of this guy I think is really cute and that and have him fuck me. And I denied it. I'm like, yeah, your ass is fat and that it's nice. Yes, it looks good. I'm getting a little stiff in that, but my heart doesn't allow random sexual acts to happen to it without you embracing love with me. And that's the biggest thing that most of these women do not do. They don't want to embrace love. So I can't even have sex with people unless they love me back. It just won't work. I tried lots of times and it doesn't work. So you want to think, why am I like this? Because I have faith and love. So me having faith and love gives me faith with God. When I have faith with God, God will literally not want me to do things that's going to ruin that faith. Because I love. I don't want to just like sit there and when I listen to women talk about that's all men want is sex, but that's literally what all you want is sex. You really talk what you are. And that's exactly what it is. Listen to these words. You talk what you are. That's why you do the things that you do. Because you have faith in something so much. And you believe in that way of living so much. You talk who you are. So if I talk about love and embracement and someone that doesn't know love or never gets into because they don't believe in it anymore, so they're like, well, I don't love. I'm like, that's why you're miserable. You accept misery over happiness, unhappy over happiness. And so that's the reason why you are who you are. Man, this caffeine's kicking in. Jeez, I've never had such a caffeine rush. I had it yesterday too. Weird. And I try to tell people that. I'm like, my friends has someone that I know I worked with, and I talk about love with them. I say, you just need to love. You need to love your boyfriend more. Show him more love. And that's how you can know if he accepts or not. If he doesn't accept your love advancements, then don't be with him. It's a worthless relationship. Because more time you waste being with someone because you think, I'm alone. The loneliness is saying you lack love. But if you love yourself and you say you love people around you and that, and you stop hating on people, and then people look at you like you're fucking crazy, mostly that's why you're alone. Like people that have massive anger issues, they spark of anger. Anger is the absolute mentality of control. You want to control things. It doesn't go your way, so you get angry with it. But if you're more have faith in love, and you're like, I don't get angry a lot, you don't push that negative trail onto someone. That negative energy doesn't go anywhere because you don't have enough of it to go anywhere. Say like the other day in that my manager got a little frustrated with me because I was supposed to do something that no. And like she told me multiple times that. And I'm just like, okay, well, and then when she finally got frustrated enough, she started like getting, really emotional. I'm like, okay, I said, well, I'll do it before I leave. So after like a couple of things that we did in that, I ended up getting started on it. And I ended up doing more than anything. I ended up doing enormous amount of shit before I left work, because that's what I intentionally do, because they seem to not do much. When they have breakdown, they literally just don't do anything. They sit around. Okay, fine, I see that. Because you're like, oh, I work hard now. It's like, I'm really working right beside you and doing the same thing that you're doing. See? They believe that they're doing more when they're doing exactly what I'm doing, the same thing I'm doing. I don't believe I do a lot because the job's not hard. Maybe because maybe because I'm stronger willed than that, and I kind of blink the fuck out half the time, which I tend to do a lot. I drool all over the place because I don't care. I'm not basing my life on basing my connect. Okay, connect. But that's the whole idea behind me. And then when I think about this stuff and that, like I have no problems with anyone. I always love almost everybody I work with unless they start being negative towards me. So if I say, like people I work with right now and that, a lot of times it's great. We're getting along with each other and that, but sometimes the active control starts to happen. And people start to get mad. And people start getting mad. And I'm just like, okay. Number one, I'm the best worker that you will ever fucking have in this place. So treat me with fucking respect. Cause I know what I'm doing with my job. And continuously show it over and over and over again. I deserve a fucking raise because like no one else does anything. They literally are so emotionally fucked up in the head to a certain extent because they believe in all this stuff and that they're like, oh, give me attention. Motherfucker, I get attention and I fucking walk in a room and fart. Why? Because it's funny. And everyone's laughing at my fart gives me attention because it came from me. That's how attention works. When you actually learn how attention works, you actually find out people give you attention all the damn time. Because humans are built on attention. If someone looks at you and smiles at you, that's giving you attention. It means they're probably attracted to you. Or someone comes up to you or just waves at you or says, how you doing that? Or if you do that to someone else, say, oh, how you doing today? And they're like, oh, I'm doing good. Thanks for noticing. That's giving you attention back. People don't do that. They just demand attention for absolutely nothing because they don't understand how it works. You get attention from everything. Oh, water. That's one of the things that I am so happy I found out of. Attention seeking. What does that word mean? I mean, seeking something is to, when you seek, you will find. People that are attention seekers, they constantly want attention. See, I don't give a fuck about seeking attention. I'm the opposite. I don't want a lot of attention on me. Guess what happens? I get a lot of attention. So if you do the opposite of it, you get a lot more attention. Because you're seeing it. Like, for instance, I was at the gym and I got good pump. There was a really fucking attractive looking girl doing legs and that. And we're at the dumbbell station. There's a whole bunch of dumbbells and barbells and shit. And there was like a whole bunch of seats and shit and benches and that. This girl was really fucking hot. Really fucking hot. Like super like, damn, she looked good. Very pretty face and that. Thick legs, big old butt and that. And I was exercising. I had my huge pump in that. And she couldn't stop staring at me. She kept looking at me. She kept looking at me, looking at me, looking at me. And then she like went up there to kind of fix her hair and that. Like literally right in front of me. And I see her like fixing her hair and that. She's like, this guy's got big arms now. He looks fucking good. Evidently that's what she was assuming. She kept looking at me. And then I give her that like sexy side pose I like to give because I have a nice fucking great jaw. So I do that side face jaw and I kind of look at her. Oh, it's perfect because like in her mind that she's probably the dude's gonna blast me in my ass and I can't wait. I'm not saying that's what the person was thinking of, but the eyes were telling me a different story in that. The glances at me were fucking phenomenally fucking high. And it's funny though, because like she didn't walk away. She was just sitting, she's kept on like, and then she started going like into people go into like show off mode where they start showing off their physique and that because they want attention from someone. That's attention seeking. That's where it comes from. I didn't do nothing. I got attention because I knew the eyes were giving me attention. Kept looking at me. And I look at her, she would pause and glance at me because she knew I was looking at her. We were giving each other attention. Yeah, I could have walked up and said, hey, how you doing that? But see, the thing is, I don't like doing that because women are a lot different than men. Women love having attention on them, but when they find a man that's actually attractive with, like if they look at a man, they're like, man, that guy's fucking hot. They don't get that a lot. Because being a really hot man, just to say, and you're like, say, like, I'm on the verge of getting close to that because I'm getting bigger muscles than that. And, you know, once I get trimmed down enough and I start getting a little bit of abs now, yeah, I'm walking the gym being a fucking stud. And I'm not going to give a fuck. Got big shoulders, big back, big chest, big arms. Starting to get a little bit thicker legs and that. I don't want to get too thick of legs and that. I want my legs to be strong, but not super fucking big. It just looks, it's just too much. Just too much out there. I have like different pant sizes and that because my legs would be too big. You know, and that's what it is. So then I look at it, I look at awfully, and I start seeing the eyes start changing because the people that see me a lot go to that gym for the last multiple years. Now they're starting to see a change. They're seeing like this guy's getting bigger, that guy's getting bigger, but they're seeing me as physique's starting to change. He must be doing something dramatic to a certain extent. Not steroids, obviously, because I don't have enough money to buy steroids. But like something's going on. Eat more protein. I work out more effectively. I don't lift heavy ass weights. This is my faith. This is what I focus on. This is what I believe in. I don't lift heavy ass weights. A lot of people do. They're like, oh, lift big ass fucking weights and that, rah, rah, and then they break their fucking back. They're like, ooh, like an old man, ooh, my back, ooh. They shit themselves all the time. Gotta wear the extra strength colostomy bags because their butthole can't control itself because you broke it. Sounds like a gay pun, but it's not. Ha. Although that one chick, they got like all that anal ass raped. I got anal raped by 100 guys. I'm a professional whore. Don't do this at home, girls. I'm a professional slut. That's something to be proud of. Yeah, your father's gonna be like, yeah, I'm proud of my daughter getting fucked by a bunch of random dudes. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Then you cake out more face makeup and then you take on more other shit and that and you're sitting there. Wonder why your life turned upside down. I make a good living, Daddy. What do? I suck dick for a living. Oh. Oh man.
You're not dead.
I suck dick for a living.
Skin's burning. Rin for helvete. You're not dead enough.
Professional dick sucker.
Someone call it.
The girls don't even mock it anymore. They're really upfront with, I'm proud to be a dick sucker, like cooking on a lot of beer. And they brag about it so much.
Just gotta make sure.
I'm always laughing my ass off. I'm like, you guys brag about stuff that's so fucking disgusting. I'm winning the patriarch. You're literally sucking on a bunch of dudes' dicks. You're not winning anything. You're literally giving what men always want. For you to be a whore, and you complain about it when you have to. You're an idiot. I think it's okay.
Just gotta make sure.
I think I control men because I give out pussy. You're literally giving them free pussy, dumbass. Like, you're not controlling nothing. It's the opposite. Like, any man has control by a pussy trap, no offense, you're a really dumb fucking man. You're stupid as fuck.
So what is it with evil monsters and caves?
That's what a lot of these women tend to do in that, because that tried to happen with me multiple times. They tried to pussy trap me. Like, bend over, stick their fucking asses in my face. You make my big butt, yeah, it's juicy, it's bad. I was like, yeah, it's bad. It's nice to smack and grab, get my dick hard, but like, I'm not gonna be obsessed with you. Why not? Because your pussy looks like fucking mashed up tilapia, bitch. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's disgusting. Like, if you want to be proud of yourself as a woman, that, try not to have a fucking the roast beef pussy, because that is literally what men look for, and just say if you're right or not. Because that shit's fucking gross. If you have roast beef pussy, it's rather disgusting. I've seen some pussy in my life, and that, and all of the girls I saw that have fucking nice, beautiful, puffy lips. Down there, not fucking orangutan, fucking nipple, fucking shit.
face. Just gotta make sure. And it's on
So
guard.
nice to die.
In for helvete.
Oh, he's on fire.
Just gotta make sure.
Ah, he did kill me. Dude, his suck-in does so much damage. His suck-in does, like, literally. Oh well. I don't want to do fucking airship. Oh well. But yeah. Shit's crazy, though. Like, when you start thinking about all the concepts of what people do in that, it gets to the point where you're like, whoa, it's just crazy. It's all about what you have faith in. If you have faith in being a whore net, you're gonna stay being a whore, you're gonna always be a whore, and you're gonna try to figure out ways of denouncing people thinking that it's okay. Yeah, that's really what a bunch of whores do. It's fun to be a whore. I like all these women that go to nightclubs and that. And they all go to nightclubs.
Watch it.
And I go to nightclubs all the damn time. That I see them all the time. Like, I went to nightclubs and that a little bit when I was younger and that. Well, actually, not even recently that. Just to go and that because someone else likes to go to it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, and they sit there. They think and they believe men are gonna come up to them and talk to them. And they never do. Only once in a while, like some guy comes over and talks to that because he's just a fucking wannabe. And you see that the girl's hot and that because he just wants pussy. And he knows he can get it because he had it before. And I go to clubs and that, and I see like most people go to clubs and that. I just go to clubs just to let loose. I go with friends that just let loose, get a little drunk, and do a little dance, and then that's it. I don't go to clubs and try to like pick up women and that because I don't care. And that's true. I already have a woman. People go to clubs literally just to have fun, and then people say, well, people go to clubs to hook up. No, they don't. Literally, there's no one to hook up with. You might have one or two people there. They're trying to hook up in that, but a lot of times they don't care. Like when I went to the club and that, with the one thing, and there was like a group of people that went with like 5 or 6 people and that, they just had fun. They were dancing around each other and that, and their girlfriends are dancing like on the guy's cock and all that shit and that, because that's what women's gonna do, rub their asses on everything. They say they don't, but that's literally what they do. They're really attracted to it. They rub their ass on everything. Fucking dogs, yeah, but yeah. Ever seen dogs? They rub their ass on everything. And it becomes really funny when they think they don't. Yeah, you really do that. And saying women are not as horny as. Why do you think women go to fucking like gyms half fucking naked all the time? I see it so much. But you're trying to attract probably someone that you really fucking like and they're just not giving you attention. We don't fucking care. I know girls, I see the same women almost all the damn time at the gym and that, and I see them so much, it's just like, they all do the same thing. They all want to go in here and try to be like, oh, I'm going there for myself. Then why are you dressing up with showing all that skin? You're going in there to get attention from people. I've seen girls wear shirts, and then when a hot guy looks at them, they like take off their fucking shirt to show off how fucking like the nice their body is. Yes, I've seen it so many times, multiple times. And it's hilarious. You're wearing a fucking shirt, just wear the shirt. Well, but I look cute. There's no other one's gonna look at you. Like a gay guy to go to, like, hey, girl, you look cute. No. You're doing it because you want a bunch of dudes getting their balls juiced up, ready to pump inside of you. That's literally all it's there for. It's a reproduction thing. You're going to a place where, like, a decent amount of attractive dudes are there. and you're trying to get someone to reproduce with you. Like dogs do. You ever put a horny ass female dog in a cage with a whole bunch of male dogs? That woman is gonna get laid probably like 50 times. Because all those dogs will be instinctively smelling all those pheromones and that. They're all gonna get erect and blast ass and blasted. That's how it is at a gym. But guys have more moral code than that. We don't just stick our dongs and everything just because a girl gets really fucking horny. Like, oh, yeah, that's stupid. I have so much experience with knowing all this shit because I see it so much. You know, like I see it. Like the eyes never lie. And people say eyes lie. No, eyes never lie how your intentions are. It's only when you catch them that it's shit. If you can catch the eyes, you can tell. Everybody knows when they're being glared at to a certain extent. You get that weird sense of eyes. Literally, when you look at someone, you're giving that energy off, no matter what. What do you think your eyes do? Your eyes project light. If you look at someone that you're projecting energy on them because you're looking at them. That's how you know. Your eyes absorb light and then project the light. That's how you can see. Your brain regulates the like what you're looking at. So you might not even be living in reality yet. Without your senses and that, you wouldn't live in nothing. But yeah.
Ammo here.
It's kind of crazy.
Rip 'em to pieces. Don't get up, freak.
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
Let me kill you again. Time of my bloody life. Damn it. Gotta check 'em.
You don't have enough money to live.
Let me kill you again.
But you start understanding that, you start to notice that women give off very heavy signals with their eyes. That's what they're good at. So like I was hanging out with this one girl that I was talking to at work. Nothing with that work, that was the other job I had that. And like I noticed, I asked her all the time, I'm like, why do you keep on staring at me? And she's like, I'm not staring at you. I literally feel your eyes on me. I can tell because I'll glance over and then she'll move her eyes. I was like, why do you keep on looking at me? And she never told me why, but the truth why is, well, more likely because you're attracted. You don't look at something unless you're attracted to it. And yes, sometimes you can look at someone that they might have an indifference in that, but you don't look at them long enough to be like, you know, you look at it like, eh. When someone's good looking at and they have that like face structure or even that the body that you like, it is unwaveringly hard to not look at. Because you want to reproduce. You want to get fucked or be fucked by that person. That's it. It's simple as that. As simple as that. People say, no, it's not yet. It's something like that. That's how we are attracted to people, through the eyes. If I look at someone and say, like, the one girl I was talking to now, she's fucking ferociously hot. I've seen her lots of times, especially in a bikini. That ass is fat and juicy and so fucking yummy. I imagine it right now. I'm just like, my God, that is hot. And feeling how fat that ass is, 'cause I felt it before, is mwah, fucking delicious. Like the fucking thing, like the thing I just be like, ugh. And this ain't my ex. My ex the same way too. I remember that. I remember that leg spread and that, and seeing how fucking thick her butt was, and that it was fucking phenomenally hot. Kind of sucks. A relationship could have been better, but you know what? You know, when you throw all ass up front and you have nothing else to throw up front, and you don't know what to do, and then you kind of relationship falls apart anyway. That's basically what it is. And like I'm sitting there like thinking about something. I'm like, that shit's hot. I enjoyed it. Can I compare the two? One probably had a slightly prettier face, I guess, because she had a little more of a button nose type deal, and she, you know, they both look good. Both bangable, absolutely. You tell by the guys, countless guys that been in them. That's all I can say. You got a body count, you know you're banging them. And guys, don't ever get too desperate. Even fat girls get fucked.
How predictable.
Where is it?
This may result in electrolysis of your fluid. Isn't plasma intriguing? Armor integrity.
God, that shit just rips them apart. If you get anyone that stands still like that, my god, they die. Molotovs are amazing.
Hey, pass me some nose plugs. Don't get up, freak.
That's what I like about the fire bat, because he gets all that extra burn damage, and the damage does so much when you like throw out 5 Molotovs. It instantly basically kills most people. It's fucking hilarious. The only one that's hard to kill would be the Abomination. Abomination is probably the more difficult boss to kill. Yeah, I go back. Yeah, eyes do all the work of getting close, and then you talk, and then you touch, and you smell, and all that stuff. And that. All the senses start connecting. That. Like Max was obsessed with smell. She loves smelling me when I had like certain type of cologne on. And when she got her perfume and that, which was really fucking nice, it was phenomenal. We'd always be like all over each other. You know, like we were having a bad day and that, like I would spray it on that, she just smell and get all turned on and shit, and same vice versa.
Watch it! Walking hamburger!
It's a good thing. It means we enjoyed stuff together.
Don't get up, freak! Hey, pass me some... Ah! Ah! You faking?
That's the kind of one thing that I miss. I miss a couple things about her now.
Whoa! Ah!
Well, that's what happens when you're a feminist and you've been through so much torment and that, and you start hating on guys and that, and you hate on guys so damn much that you literally start to fucking kill yourself.
Faking?
Emotionally.
I'm unstoppable! Gotta check 'em! Extra fist speed!
Oh, come on.
Buy things. Not that it will matter.
This shotgun's fun.
Die. You lived.
I don't know why little pump action shotguns are always so fun to use.
Ammo here!
I don't know why I gave you money. Spend
Well, what up, baby?
whatever.
But yeah. Gotta laugh that ass, man. I remember all of it. I remember the first girl I done something with. My god, she had fucking nice tits. She had big D cups now. Purses were younger though. So. She had great boobs on her. And the second girl I fucked on was tremendously fucking hot. And my god, she was fucking good. She had like the perfect ass, titty, butthole, pussy ratio I think I've ever seen. Her shit was so fucking nice. It was really fucking annoying. I remember when she bent over and that, I'm just like, damn, like, your shit looks good. And I don't like looking at pussy too much, but this girl had a fucking really nice pussy. And I was very, very, very shocked. And of course, I didn't know a lot because I wasn't with a lot of women back then. I was with one other girl in that. Of all the girls I've seen butt ass naked and that, they all look good. I don't date fat chicks, honestly. But like, they all look good. Skinny, fucking very, very attractive. What I'm saying is like, that's what my eyes seek, and that's what I find. No, a lot of girls like that. Oh, what I'm saying is this is like this is how I am in general. Not every man's gonna be the same as that. You know, some women will never go for a man like me. Most times they'll just have sex. That's it. And then guys will like be like, oh well, you know, you should be proud of that. I'm like, I'm not proud of it because I don't care. I'm like, why do I care? I'm not a meninist or whatever the fuck you want to say. The opposite of feminist. The feminists brag about fucking dudes all the damn time, and that I brag about like my how attractive the women are that I get, of course, because I give them props.
For some new tactics. Adapt
But
or
the biggest thing
die.
is, you want to think, oh, it's sad because you don't have sex with them.
Like that? Gotta check 'em.
And I said, and I'll say like,
Okay.
well, if sex is so important to you, then why don't you just do it and I don't need to?
Extra crispy. Don't get up, freak. Damn it. You faking? Ah! Shit! Let me kill you again. Look out!
Like I never really cared about that stuff.
Just hit
I just never got into it. That's my own personal faith. Like I just don't care.
Check 'em.
you just drag this out.
Like I had more. It's not to say I don't want to get intimate, but intimacy and just having random sex is two different things. All that sex is a dopamine rush. I say, okay, let me explain this. When I was with my ex and that, I was in love with her up front. She was like the best thing that I ever had, you know, well, that I ever had. She was amazing. You know, she had anger issues and that, but a lot of times, you know, just stupid shit. She just wanted to complain about stuff and that. It showed that she had a sort of an immature factor with her, which happens. Sometimes, you know, it's just what it is. But the biggest thing, course of actions that it was with me, and that I would say why I was saying like I could get intimate with her. Well, it doesn't have nothing to do with her in general, because any other man would jump on that and just pound the fuck out of her. Yeah, that's how she was very attractive. But like, I learned it from my own personal way of why I can't do it. It's because if I feel that someone doesn't trust me and doesn't love me and doesn't show that love like I wanted, then I can't do it.
Gotta check 'em.
And that's what startled
Your account's passing our gig.
the bulk of our relationship. He's gonna die.
Walking hamburger. Let me kill you again. Come on. You faking?
And a lot of people don't understand that, like,
Hey, pass
just
this
because
one.
someone looks good and you get aroused up front, but once you get to know them, you start to see things more than just sex. And that's one of the things that I have to say that I can never just say I can just do this to this.
Spend your jaws, imbeciles.
Like,
Before I decide to shut the pod.
how I learned, like, how she thought, which is probably how a lot of women think. They like because of looks. They're obsessed with the way things look. So when they see someone that they have an image in their head of and they look fucking good because they have this fairy tale thing and that fairy tale gets met, they will literally drop their pants and get fucked by them. And I look at that as like, that's why women are whores. They literally find a guy that looks fucking good or he's like good enough and they'll be like, I need to get laid.
Just found ammo.
They'll drop their panties, drop their pants and that, take a shower and that, and really bounce on that guy and look at him as he's a fucking sex doll. They'll like,
Well, almost.
give me your seed, fuck me, blast my ass in. I want to feel that dopamine rush. I want to feel that thickness of your dong in me and that. Like, literally, this is how a lot of these women act.
Gotta check 'em.
And it becomes kind of sad. You're all like, really? But yeah, I'm not even joking.
Don't get up.
And they try to say that's not how it is. That's exactly how it is. And you're like that because you have that mentality like that. You believe in that rush every single time. Like, and I learned that a lot from her. Like, I wish things were different between our relationships because I honestly think that we were quite compatible. But she, the dragging out of like what I need to do to make her life easier, I kept on doing. But she wanted more, and I say, you're only gonna get what I can give you. Then I don't want to be with you then. And that's really what it was. So you don't want to deal with any struggle of nothing.
Ammo here.
So you think your life would be better without me? I'll find someone else that's gonna give it to me. Yeah, I'm sure you will. And that guy's gonna do the same thing that I do and say, you know what, you're not worth it. Because men all think alike when it comes down to women at a certain age. We're not gullible anymore. Your tits and ass don't really phase us as much. That's a luxury that doesn't matter as much. Because imagine a dude that's been, say, like, when dudes get mass experience that, I've been with multiple women. I've seen lots of girls naked in my life. Same fucking attraction, and even slightly more attraction. And I would have to say, it doesn't matter to me. Jeez, dude. Yeah, get overboard, bitch.
Wonder if it even feels that.
I couldn't see him fall.
Faking?
Fuck that.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and this is why I like researching this stuff and that, because like it comes down to when things get harder for people, they seem to sit there and they just want to not deal with it. They let go of it. And I have to say that's one of the things that I did with my ex and that, like, I let go of things because I knew it wasn't right. I knew the struggle was not good. It wasn't right. So I couldn't do nothing with it. Real talk. What's up, Gizmo? It all has to do with faith. You follow what you like. So if I find someone that has similar hobbies and faith and things that I do, I'm going to be more attracted to them. And that's what it was with the younger girl that I was talking to in that. She was like 20. Yeah, she was at 20 in that. Nothing official. We were just talking because we were working together. We talked a lot. And sometimes we hang out in that. And I was a mentor to her. I gave her love. I gave her affection in that. And she started to love and have affection towards me. She would explain her life. So I don't have anybody. Like, I don't have any friends now or something like that. Well, most times the reason why you don't have any friends is because you always want to be close to dudes. And you're very competitive towards women. Because you're doing the whole look thing. And you don't like when you see a woman that might have like bigger boobs than you. And you're like, fuck that bitch. She's ugly. And that's what it is. Guys do that too. The guys that do that too are very into like being with women and that, but they just don't get pussy. You guys don't get pussy. They hate on men because they're very feminist women, or feminist men, so to speak. They'll hate on any man that they see that's more attractive to them. And they do, they'll hate on it. Like, oh my god, you're hateful and that, I was like, yeah, exactly, that's what you do. You know, you're a bit of a piece of shit. That's what it is. Like, you're like, oh my god, my life is... Get along with everybody. When you feel these intentions, that, you know, you feel intentions. How many times I feel intentions toward, you know, other men that when I was younger, not like jealous and shit of other men because they had bigger muscles than me and shit. Okay. Then I start lifting weights. I start getting bigger muscles, and then I don't see it like that. I'm like, oh, I'm proud of you, bro. You look good, and they're like, thank you. And they get all like, get boners and balls get bigger and that because they get another guy that said that they look good. Women don't say. Only guys say it to other guys. Like, you're looking pretty buff today, man. You're like, oh yeah, I look really good today. It's all mansplaining and shit.
Don't get too comfy. I've got more sets just waiting.
That shit gets funny though. A bunch of guys mansplaining themselves. It's gay ass shit, but it's funny as fuck though. Like, I have a guy come up to me and that he'll like poke on my chest and shit. That's so funny. He's like, you're looking bigger. I'm like, that's some gay fancy shit there. It's like, no, you look better. That's literally what happened. It's so fucking hilarious. You never get women in a gym saying like, man, you look buff today. It never fucking happens. You'll get a bunch of dudes who are like, you look really good today. It's so fucking gay, but it's not in a gay way. You're bromancing. You're checking each other out. And women don't understand why guys do that. Because women don't. Women don't, but women do that. Women sees a girl with a fat rag. You act like they don't play around with their boobs. Of course they do. Women love playing around with tits. Fuck yeah, they do. I hear that all the damn time in that. Girls that have big boobs and that, like in the locker room and shit, they'll fucking go out there and grab on their boobs and that. Girl, like, oh my god, I'm grabbing with these. Oh, they're so big and soft and that. And they do it. They do it all the damn time. They don't want to tell guys that because they're like, yeah, that's kind of hot, you know? And girls playing around their titties and shit all over the place and that. It's like, I'm grabbing my tits now. They got so much bigger. And guys don't do that. Guys do that, not in such a perverted sense. Like, what fucking. You'd be surprised how many women like other women a lot. It's funny. But yeah, guys, like, it happens to me sometimes. If I see a guy in that, I see that, like, he sees me, like, working out a lot and that, and he sees that I'm getting bigger muscles and that, he's like, you're looking quite big today. I'm like, it's like, your eyes are so gleaming. What? That was some gay ass shit. Well, you looked at me. That's what you don't say. They're like, oh, I wasn't trying to be gay, bro. No. I didn't. Okay, so be for real that. So one day I was sitting there, I was at the gym and that, and this one guy comes around that, he comes up to me, he like feels my arms and that, because I know him and that, you know, we talk a lot and that. You getting, it's like, oh wow, you're getting bigger. And I'm just like, nah, you're still more better looking than I am. He's like, gives me a smile, the gayest fucking smile. But I know he's not gay because I know he has a wife and that, but it was just so fucking funny. Like, And women are like freaking out about it. What the fuck, bitch? And like, women don't understand that shit. They're like, why are guys like that? Because girls do the same damn thing. Nice. Fucking bitch. Ah, you twat waffle. You burned my booty hole up. Imagine seeing these guys coming towards you in real life. How fucking freaky it would be. Uncontrollably shooting bolts at them. Like, oh, get off of me. Is he retarded? I don't know how he is. I think he's gone retarded. Oh, God, he's mentally drooling all over the place. But yeah, that shit is fucking hilarious though. I'm like, I never have a woman like come up to me and say I'm attractive. They're so fucking scared. Only the confident ones that have a body count of probably 10 or plus, because it has to be a level up system. We call it the hoe leveling system. Yeah, I'm not even fucking joking. What kind of system is that? We call it the hoe system. They level up with all the cock they get on them. That's a new term from feminism. The hoe system. At least for the ones that actually do get dick. All the rest of the other feminists are just fucking crazy, ugly. They look like trash. They look like someone who's like crap in their face. And they get mad about it too. Like, I'm pretty. You sound like you're like, I'm pretty. You sound like fucking Arnold. And you look like a woman. Like, imagine Arnold with boobs. That'd be like fucking terrifying. Huh? Yeah. Oh. Stop grabbing me, you bitch.
Kill her before she shrieks. You look bad, Scheiße.
That's it.
Blut fließt frei here. Did you move?
I don't know, this shit's just fun. Look how zombies certain things. I'm like, why do people do things they do? I don't know. Sometimes people are just really, because they have faith in like lifting weights and shit, they're always like, they train other guys and that, because this one guy trains other guys and that, because he used to do like natural body shows and that.
The snow brings too many men.
He talked about with me in that too. I'm like, that shit's kind of cool. You know? I enjoy that stuff too. What time is it? It's 6 o'clock. Yep. I am about ready to get going. I gotta get going actually. It's getting too late. Okay. I always say it's nighttime. No, it's nighttime is always way better. But I don't want my day to be completely wasted on sleeping because I gotta work tomorrow anyway, so I want to be able to stay up. That is it to like 4 more. So I will be back on that, but yeah. If you follow the faith system, then that's how you find people that actually are going to like enjoy you. You always want to find people with the same hobbies as you and that. So that's where we search. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. I will be back on after I go to the gym.